As a devoted dog parent, you do everything possible for their health and happiness. You feed them, walk them, and love them. But how do you know if they're truly happy and healthy living with you? If you ask the little love of your life out loud, they just give you an inquisitive head tilt. But while they can't use words to tell us, our pups always give us signs. Some are body signs, and some are behavioral. They can be obvious, like a soft, shiny coat, free of ticks and fleas, but they can also be subtle and even surprising. In this video, we'll look at 11 signs your dog is very happy and healthy living with you. Let's start with the first of 5 signs that you're taking good care of your pup's health. Okay, it's probably not the most pleasant of experiences, but inspecting your dog's poop can give great insights into their health. It's one of the best body signs your dog can give you. If the poop is hard like a rock or looks more like grandma's stew, then you might need to adjust their diet. If your dog's poop has little flecks of white, it could mean they're hosting some stowaways in their belly. Worms or other parasites can harm your dog's health, so it's best to get them checked out by your vet. Similarly, if you notice any other colors in the poop, like yellow, green, red, or black, then a trip to the vet is strongly recommended. But if your dog easily passes brown Play-Doh-like logs once or twice a day, it means their insides are pretty happy. And while we're on the subject of snooping, take a look at your pup's pee. Like us, a steady pale yellow pee stream indicates your pup is well hydrated. Number 2. One great sign of your dog's health and happiness is their shape. No, we're not talking about squares and triangles. We're talking about what veterinarians call the body condition, or the optimum shape. The great news is, you can test your dog's shape in 3 easy steps. Start with a rib check by sliding your fingers along your pup's side with gentle pressure. If you can feel their ribs, that's pawsome. If you can't, they're getting too many under-the-table snacks. On the other paw, unless they're naturally slender like a greyhound, being able to also see your pup's ribs means they're underweight. Next, stand above your dog and look at their waist. Can you spot a waist that tucks in after the ribs and flares back out at the hips? Perfect, because a bulging middle section means they're packing on the pounds. And finally, a tummy test. Looking at your fur baby from the side, check out the slope from their ribs to back legs. A nice upward curve is ideal. If the line is flat or sags down, it might be excess belly fat, but first double check it's not just extra fluff. Number 3. Does a happy and healthy dog smell like roses? Of course not. They're a dog, but that doesn't mean they should be stinky, though the occasional smelly fart is okay. Take a whiff of your dog's skin and fur. If their natural scent is like a mild, slightly earthy musk, that's a handy sign your dog is healthy. But let's dive a little deeper. When you sniff their little toe beans, do they smell like corn chips? Great! That's perfectly normal due to the particular type of bacteria that reside there. You only need to worry if the corn chips are the triple cheesy kind. When you lift up their flippy, floppy ears and take a whiff inside the canal, it shouldn't smell like anything. But if there is an odd odor, it might mean excess earwax or an infection. If you suspect an infection, take your baby to see the vet. Otherwise, give your dog's ears a careful clean. Finally, check out your pup's breath. Unless they've just had a special treat of anchovies, your dog's breath shouldn't knock you down. Number 4. Looking at your dog's grin and seeing pearly whites, not yellow teeth, is a great sign they're happy and healthy. You probably already brush their teeth regularly to avoid plaque or tartar buildup. We know, it's not much fun for either of you. But remember, you can always add some dental dog chews into the mix to make your pooch's dental care more enjoyable. Once they've finished the treat and seem relaxed, give their gums a little check. Typically, gums should be bubblegum pink, but some dog breeds have additional brown or black spots. Gently press on the gums. If the color returns within a second or two, that's a sign of good circulation. Of course, if there's anything inside your baby's mouth that they find painful, get them checked out by your vet. Number 5. They say the eyes are windows to the soul. But before we jump through, let's take a closer look. If your pup's eyes are bright and shiny and the whites are white, not yellow or red, that's a great sign of health. But what about the dreaded eye boogers? Well, those little goopies are your dog's normal way of removing dirt or debris from their eyes, especially after a long nap. If the goopies stay little and don't turn a funky color like yellow or green, your dog's eyes are still a picture window of health. But if your dog's eyes are red, itchy, or swollen, a trip to the vet is in order. Great! Now that we've covered the body signs of your dog's health and happiness, let's look at 6 behavioral signs. Number 1. Dog trainers and behaviorists agree that if a dog is relaxed with you, it's a sign that they're happy living with you. But what does a relaxed dog look like? Are they lying in a hammock, sipping a puptini, and watching the world go by? Very unlikely, but we'd love to see that. If your dog is relaxed in your presence, they'll have a lightly wagging, slightly raised tail, ears in a natural loose position, and a softly open mouth. If they're lying down but not asleep, they're probably casually watching your movements around the room with a soft, squinty gaze. At some point, they might even slowly slide off the sofa, wander up to you, and give that big stretch before leaning into your leg for a head scratch. Number 2. Has your pup ever jumped up on the sofa and started licking you? Or nuzzled their precious little face into your side? These displays of affection very often indicate your dog's happiness. And doesn't it just melt your heart? Another lesser-known act of love from your dog is called cobbing. That is when your dog gently nibbles on you, using only their front teeth. It's like how you'd act out eating corn on the cob for a game of charades. Cobbing can also be your dog's way of trying to groom you, a common social bonding activity among the pack. Number 3. When your dog wants attention, do they assume the position for belly rubs? Do they roll onto their back with front paws flopped over and legs akimbo when sleeping? If they do, it's a strong sign that they're happy at home with you. Like most animals, the belly is a soft, vulnerable area on the body that provides a predator with easy access to vital organs. If your dog didn't feel safe and comfortable in your presence, they wouldn't so willingly expose themselves in that way. Number 4. Remember when your dog left that smelly sock in your lap? Or worse, when they dropped a dead bird at your feet? These gifts are definitely gross, but one reason behind them might surprise you. It can be a strong sign that your dog is happy with you. Dogs are naturally pack animals, and sharing resources can be viewed as a sign of love and respect. Another popular theory among experts is that your dog is trying to please you. They know the joy they get from playing with a sock or a favorite toy, so they think you'll love it too. And if you're happy, they're happy. Number 5. One universal truth is that a happy and healthy dog wants to play. While playing with balls, sticks, and other dogs is fun, your dog also wants to play with you. After all, dogs want to share their joy with their human. According to the director and founder of the Institute for Human-Animal Connection, your dog specifically seeking you out for playtime is evidence of a deep connection akin to love. So what are the signs your dog wants to play with you? Well, they could turn into a little wiggle butt, wagging their tail and whole rear end in excited anticipation. They'd probably playfully bow down and give a little high-pitched bark or playful gurgle. They might even perform a happy dance, signaling they're ready to play. And when they can't keep it in any longer, oh yes, the zoomies. Number 6. Now that your pooch is absolutely exhausted, it's time for them to sleep. A recent online survey showed that 76% of dog owners sleep with their fur baby. So why does your dog want to be so close to you at night? Is it because you have a bigger, comfier bed? That could be a little extra perk. But if your dog chooses to sleep with you, or even near you, it can be a strong sign they're happy living with you. Like any animal, dogs are at their most vulnerable when they sleep. If your dog doesn't trust you or feels uncomfortable near you, they certainly won't choose to sleep with you. To learn even more about your dog's sleeping habits, like what a specific position they sleep in means for your bond, check out this video.